Welcome to a special episode of Comtrade podcast. Today we're very honored to have a prestigious guest coming from the Center of Scientific Research, which is the biggest scientific research laboratory in particles physics, CERN. Welcome, Alberto. We're glad to have you here.
It's a pleasure also for me to be here.
So this is your first time coming to Serbia. So we were wondering about your motivations coming to Serbia and what is the key objective and what are your first impressions. You have obviously impressive background. For 15 years you have been involved in implementing storage in one of the biggest, actually the world's biggest facility, a Large Hadron Collider, which CERN is mostly known for. And now you're taking care of education part in CERN. So basically you are involved in IT education in CERN, you're head of it. So can you tell us more about your motivations and how this all connects to Serbia?
Well, Serbia is a member state of CERN and is part of this international collaboration. And clearly the motivation to come here with a school is to bring scientists from all over the world here in Serbia, but also to have local scientists from Serbia to attend this school so that we can integrate more and more Serbian scientists into the international collaborations that exist in all the experiments that are working on the Large Hadron Collider and the future of particle physics research.
Yes, well, Serbia has been known for having like a large pool of scientists, so this will be like a really good chance for both sides. But apart from that, you mentioned that you're gonna have the school that Comtrade is gonna host together with CERN. It's in computing. So can you tell us more about that school and what can we expect there?
Well, the collaboration between CERN and Comtrade has been ongoing for really several years with Gregor Molan and the Slovenian office, and the achievements that have been made in storage to store all the data from the LHC experiment has been done also in collaboration with Comtrade. And so it's a long-lasting collaboration where we have been exchanging a lot of information, and clearly this involvement of schools and education with Serbia is part of the continuation of our good relations between our organization and Serbia as a country.
Yes, and we're very excited to have you welcomed in Information Technology School here in Belgrade, so we really look forward to that, and then to connect science and technology and education. So to move along, can you tell us how important is education in science?
Well, education is the base of any kind of scientific studies. There is technical education, but also academic education, and both are absolutely necessary. The CERN School of Computing is attended by physicists that needs to learn about computing, and computer scientists that needs to learn about science and the methods that science is using to do research. And clearly these multiple skills that are necessary and to bridge two domains is the main aim of the school. And today a scientist that cannot use effectively a computer cannot do a lot of research, and vice versa, a computer scientist that does not understand science can also not do the research. So both skills are necessary.
Of course, absolutely. And now to approach the idea of CERN. So, of course, we already know, we heard about the biggest, not biggest, but most famous thing that came out of CERN is what we all use, World Wide Web. I don't know how many people know this, but of course, you can maybe approach us. How did the World Wide Web come about at CERN? And did you expect it's going to be this huge of a effect? And what are possibly the next discoveries that you see could have the same effect?
Well, the World Wide Web was really a spin-off from some applied research that was done at CERN in order to solve the problem of fundamental research. So the main goal of CERN was really to do fundamental research in particle physics, but in order to do this fundamental research, CERN had to build accelerators, involved a large number of scientific research institutes worldwide, And at that time, in the early 90s, we had the internet that was the beginning, and so CERN developed the World Wide Web, which was initially used to exchange documents across university and scientific research organizations, and then turned out that clearly this had also many other possible use, and this is what is then used every day. And similarly, the applied research that we do in computing, for example, in data storage, data management, and clearly also data science, are showing that they have the potential of really having a major impact on the future of our society.
Yeah, so basically you started the World Wide Web as an internal tool for CERN, and then it will out on like the whole global scale.
Absolutely.
So we can imagine what's going to happen if you focus on building something that's for global scale, because this was unintentionally. So what can happen if you do it intentionally? So to move along to, you mentioned data storage because you have been involved, you have a huge background in this. What are some key focuses right now in this area in CERN?
Well, clearly storage is one of the fundamental activity that the IT department needs to implement in order to empower the scientific research. Clearly, scientific computing is essential for the effectiveness of scientific research, and we really see that we can expect in the coming years significant improvements in terms of data technologies, but also CPU and processing technologies, as well as networking, which are the three pillars of scientific computing. And in all these areas, we can expect significant changes. And some of them may be revolutionary.
Yeah. We're glad to see that, expect to see that. When you mention the word revolutionary, everyone thinks about AI. So I think that's another interesting topic that we shared yesterday on a conversation when you mentioned how important AI is in education and how to actually use it right. So can you share a couple of remarks? How do you see AI today? Where does the future of AI belong to?
I think that the future of AI will belong in highly educated people, in the sense that today, as with every technology, you can be a user or you can be a person that master this technology. And today, to master AI, a very strong academic education is necessary in terms of mathematics, data modeling, statistics, as well as understanding what computer today can do, and sometimes people underestimate what computers can do. And today we can expect that organized computing can really achieve significant changes, and this is what we are just getting a glimpse of what this can do. Of course, as any new technology that is appearing, science can just make it available to humanity. And then, of course, this will be for the good and for the bad. And that's why it's very important that this knowledge is not controlled. And the role of education is to ensure that everybody is aware of what are the possibilities, the potential for the best possible use that this technology can bring us.
Yes, so when you say the computers can do a lot, what specifically do you mean? What are the key points? Like AI, of course, is going to change everything. We're aware of that. It's already happening. So what would be like the few key areas that you think it's going to apply, the biggest accelerating power and change?
Well, we believe that with machine learning technologies, we can significantly improve the effectiveness of research by using really these new statistical methods. And we also expect that this clearly will identically be applied to many other fields of society. And clearly the challenge for education is that our teachers understand what is now available. And if we remember, just to make a comparison with a few years ago when the internet started and we had online encyclopedia, the challenge for the professor was to give research topic to students and be able to detect that these students were not just copying and pasting content from online encyclopedia. And today, I think that the teachers have to increase the challenge for the students and allow them to use artificial intelligence and to be able to master this technology rather than be just a passive users of this.
Yes, because a lot of the times we see that teachers and the school representatives are preventing students from using different AI tools. So you actually advise for them to support it so that we can advance the knowledge in AI, if I've understood you correctly. Yeah.
The belief that I have is that the human person will always have an added value, but the added value is on top of human-generated AI, and if the person needs to be educated in order to not stay behind the human-generated AI.
Yes, and this translates also to work, because at Comtrade we have a lot of partners. We usually discuss about this topic of AI, and usually the question comes about the roles that are going to start off and they're going to begin to emerge from the influence of AI. And then again, people usually have questions of the jobs that are going to disappear. So what's your take on this? How is AI going to affect this corporate landscape?
It is true that some jobs with little added value will be less needed, but this has happened already many times in the past. Every time that machines could do the manual work of humans, the machine have replaced humans over time. And it's part of the human evolution, in the sense that every time this has happened, humans have started to do more work at higher level, and this has significantly increased the productivity and the well-being of everyone in the society. Clearly the challenge is that in order to move up to the next step, clearly we need to educate more our citizens.
Absolutely, to educate and to invest in AI. This is, for example, as a company, we recognize this for a couple years back already when we decided which direction to take, and then we decided to take the AI direction, which turned out to be really good. So we keep investing in that heavily, and of course we always support education, which is how this collaboration came about, not just from business side that we already had for years, like you mentioned, but also from the education in the school that we are expecting to happen in June, from 9 to 16th of June. It's going to happen at Comtrade campus and ITS faculty, and we are glad to welcome you. And once again, I would like to thank you for your time for this podcast, and to invite you when we do the school to do a couple of discussions more with our students possibly. So once again, welcome to Serbia, and we're very glad that we had you on the podcast.
Thank you very much, and we are all looking forward to strengthen our collaboration.
Thanks.